Hi guys. So here we are online already, class 2. I'm bummed. Okay, so for Wednesday, January 12th, if we look at our calendar, we were going to be doing the introduction to the literacy narrative. You guys were to read the Intro to English 103, What I Know, Success Guide, Habits of Mind, and Interpreting Assignments. So I kind of just want to quickly go over that with you. Hopefully you guys have already done this. You've taken a look at it. It's ballpoint. The Intro to English has a video from our director, Jennifer Grueling. Hopefully you watched that. It's not very long. And again, we're going to start talking about what's in the syllabus, our course description, our course goals. I think they're important to kind of look at as they meet up with a lot of your goals that we talked about in the introduction. Learning how to be a better reader and a better writer, and learning all those strategies that go into being a good reader and a good writer. So all of these course goals lead up to having those reading and writing skills that you all talked about. It also goes into the requirements and what we have to do in our class. So you can base these requirements, 4 or more writing projects, approximately 3 to 4 pages each, that address different rhetorical situations. You can compare those to the assignments that I have listed in the syllabus that we're going to be working on this semester to meet these requirements that the college says that we have to meet. We have 3 to 4 page writing projects, and we have 4 or more of those writing projects. We also will be doing reading assignments for discussion, analysis, and response. We will be doing that throughout the semester. And we will be having informal writing assignments, such as our writing journal, where we talk about writing. So that's how we're meeting those requirements and how we're going to reach all these goals. So then it goes on to talk about the What I Know, the Success Guide, all of these things that I wanted you to read. So What I Know just basically goes through each of the course goals. Persuasion, both visual and verbal, is integral to reading and composing. And then it just asks you some questions. Have you ever written a persuasive essay? Have you ever used visuals to an essay to persuade people? Those are the kinds of things that we're going to be doing in our papers this semester, to teach you guys how to persuade with ethos, logos, and pathos, those rhetorical strategies, and help you to become a better writer and reader, and then take that out into the world. So not only is it going to help you be successful in your academic career, it also goes into your jobs and what you're going on to do later on. No matter what you want to do, it involves writing. Even social media. An influencer even needs to know how to correctly write and persuade people. So all of these skills that you are learning, you will take forward and put them into practice in your academic careers, in your jobs, your daily lives, everywhere you go. Writing and reading is a great skill to have. So as we go down, it talks about how understanding persuasive visual and verbal texts are composed for different audiences and different purposes. We definitely will be doing that. Collaborating and developing ideas, analyzing visual and verbal texts. We will be doing that. Developing effective strategies of invention, drafting, and revision. We'll be working on all of these. Compose text in various media using solid logic, claims, evidence, creativity, and audience awareness. Throughout the semester, I hope to point these out to you so you see what we're doing and how we're reaching our goals, and how these are going to affect you later on in life, so that you understand that what we are learning is very vital to success in our lives and how you can use it as you go on. develop strategies for becoming more critical and careful readers, demonstrate a professional attitude towards their writing by focusing on the need for appropriate format, syntax, punctuation, and spelling, take responsibility for their own progress, and developing the ability to work well with others. Success guide. So this just tells you how you can be successful in our English class. Hopefully you guys kind of looked this over. You clicked on it and it takes you to the success guide for English classes. I don't want to say that word today. So the writing program at Ball State gives you an introduction on how you can read the syllabus and how you can use that for important information that you need. Exploring Canvas, getting supplies, in-class expectations, what I expect from you, out-of-class expectations, communication plan. The few emails that I have gotten from you guys haven't been too bad, but this definitely gives you a heads up, lets you know. When you email me, it would be really great if you would give me your information. Like, what class are you in? What time do we meet? That really helps me. There's been a couple of emails that I've gotten that I'm like, I don't know which students this class is in, and I had to kind of look you up to figure it out. So yeah, some of these are really great communication plans for you guys to look over and follow. It's very helpful for a professor. And not only that, but it also kind of gets you into that mindful thinking of a professional academic email. So you're not just like, hey, what's up? Not that casual talk. It's not a text. We are not like BFFs texting between each other. So we kind of need to be a little bit more academic sounding, say hello, doctor, professor. You do not have to do that. For me, if you just say hello, Angela, I'm fine with that. And then let me know what class you're in and how I can help you. Communication is key. I keep saying this to you guys, and I will throughout the semester, because it's important in any aspect of your life. Communication is a skill. So yeah, learning how to do these and how to do them correctly is important. And here's some more time management to help you. I know it's hard when you're a freshman, getting that time management down, figuring out when you need to do what. I know from reading all of your introductions, some of you talk about having an hour a day for class or I think I read that it should be an hour per credit. So, or is it 2 hours? I'm not sure. I don't remember, but I think you're supposed to spend like 6 hours a week focusing on this class. And that's pretty standard for every class. It should be about around, if they're 3 credit courses, that should be around 6 to 9 hours a week for that. So maybe it's 2 hours per credit. Okay, so that's your time management sheet that can possibly help you through some things. Here is some advice for stress management, limit distractions, staying healthy, self-assessment, and study space, because all of those are really important. You have to take care of yourself and you have to make that time to do that. Even if it means sitting down and watching your favorite TV show, or making time to do your favorite activity, or exercising, meditating, whatever you need to do. Here is a cheat sheet for important course policies, discussion board etiquette, Canvas hacks, how to email your professor. As you can see, here is what I was talking about. Okay, so we went through the success guide. Habits of mind. See, I feel like this is so important, and why I assigned it to you is just to get you guys thinking about how to be positive and how to navigate college life. And to be successful, because like I said, my goal for you this semester is to be successful. So we can talk about 8 habits needed, and not only for successful performance in English classes, but also for the workplace and life. And here it lists these habits: curiosity, openness, engagement, creativity, persistence, responsibility, flexibility, metacognition, and how these can affect what you do every day. I've always said, I started my career in college when I was 36 years old, and I became a grandmother, and I adopted my granddaughter right after she was born. And so I had a newborn baby, and I was going to college full time. And it has taken me a lot longer to get where I want to be. But that persistence is what is so important when you're dealing with college. You can do anything in college, no matter how hard it is, if you just have that persistence and you don't give up. Get through it. You can do it. Having a positive attitude is really important. And here it shows that writing anxiety is common. Mental effects like procrastination. So there are lots of things that you can do to help yourself if you're struggling. And please, I'm a resource too. Feel free to reach out to me, and I'll help you in any way that I can. Talks about physical and mental health and the sources that those came from. So interpreting assignments, I think, is a really important subject to read about because it tells you basically how to start your assignment and work through it. So you can see, what does my professor want me to do? And it goes through the steps that you need to do to write. So when you sit down to write your first paper, or the second, or the third, and you're going, I don't know how to start this, I'm not sure what to do, think back to your resources and go back to this guide in ballpoint and follow through on these guiding questions. There's only 4, so it's not too overwhelming. If you pull this up and you pull up your paper, your literary narrative paper, and you pull up the rubric, and you have all 3 of these sources and a blank Word document, you will get through it. And then it goes into defining research and analysis too. I wasn't too worried about you guys reading that yet because we're not there. So that's basically what I wanted you to read. So make sure that if you haven't read them, you go through them. I just wanted to touch on them. Please go through and read these. They're important for your success. So let's talk about the literacy narrative. Okay, so the literacy narrative is an important part of our lives, whether it's reading a book, writing a paper for school, or tweeting and scrolling through Facebook. Writing is all around us, even if we don't always realize it. With the population of texting and social media, some argue that our society is more literate today than it has ever been. So that being said, many people still have mixed emotions when it comes to writing. This paper is going to tell me how you feel about yours. So for this assignment, I would like you to reflect on your feelings and opinions toward writing. In order to do this, you must also reflect on the history you have with both writing and reading. You could choose to focus on a few influential moments, whether good or bad. You could choose to focus on a specific time of your life. You can also provide an overview of your writing experiences, highlighting important trends across the years. So, narration, telling your story. While there are multiple ways to approach this assignment, at some point you must address each of these following questions. So literally, just go through and answer the questions. How do you feel about writing? Why do you feel that way? Is there a specific moment in your life where your feelings about writing dramatically shifted or cemented? Is there a specific person in your life who has positively or negatively affected your views on writing? Maybe a school teacher, maybe your parents, maybe a friend. Do you consider yourself a good writer? Why? Why not? Is there anything you wish you could change about your relationship with writing? So I think if you just start off by answering these questions and then elaborate on them, you'll find it very easy to get through 3 or 4 pages of writing. So we want to make sure that we are using effective description. Provide concrete examples and illustrations, descriptions about your writing experiences. When we think of writing description, too often we only consider visual elements, what we can see. But we have 5 senses, so incorporate as many as you can. Sounds, smells, taste, touch. Not all may be appropriate, of course, but do go beyond just visual. You could literally tell me, one time I was sitting at my kitchen table doing my homework while my mom was baking bread, and it smelled so good because it was banana bread. It was my favorite, da 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 da. And you could tell me about that experience and what it meant to you and your writing at that moment. Your description should help your readers be there with you. That's why I talk about using descriptive writing. Put your writer in that space that you were in with you by using very heavy descriptive words of what was going on around you. Tell me that you were in your yellow kitchen with old cabinets that your mom always left open. Things like that. Figurative language, such as metaphors or similes, can also add to description. Be creative. Use your own language and really give me an illustration, a description of where you were, what you were doing, and how you feel about writing. So formatting. So this paper should be at least 3 full pages of text, double spaced. More is fine, but no more than 5 pages. Use MLA formatting. See examples on Canvas and Purdue OWL. Purdue OWL is going to be your best resource for MLA formatting. Use 12-point font, Times New Roman. This is standard MLA formatting, and you will receive points for getting this right, and it is so easy. So make sure that you get these full points for having 3 full pages of text and the correct font. If you click on Purdue OWL link, you can see when we get there that it has all of your resources that you need. If you go into MLA style introduction, usually I don't know if it's in workshop or style guide, but one of them has a okay, so it's not this one. One of them has a preview of what you're supposed to, an example of what your paper should look like. Here it is. Sorry, it took me so long. Okay, so this is exactly what your paper should look like. In your heading, you should have your last name and the page number. You should have your name, my name, the course number, and the date written like this. See, it says I think it says August 2009. You should have your title here, and everything should be double spaced with no extra space in between. Now we will go over this more. I have videos for you guys to help you get this right. So don't stress too much about that right now. I just kind of wanted to show you and go over it. Like I said, that's right here. You can find that. The rubric we will talk more about, and then making sure that you have generally free of major spelling or grammar errors, and that you will submit through Canvas in the format of a docs, or PDF. Here again is the rubric for you to pull that up. I already have it pulled up. We talked a little bit about this in our first class. Here's the criteria over here on your left-hand side. Full marks, good marks, competent, could improve, minimal effort. So we want to get the full marks. Like I said, full marks, 3 full pages, double spaced, you get them. Full marks. Full marks meet requirements on assignment for font, spacing, first page, heading, and page numbers. So get that correct, 10 points, easy peasy. Writer is confident and has limited errors. Clearly organized, readers can follow the flow easily. The embedded story has a narrative pattern. So basically, you want to start at the beginning and have a pattern that goes through chronological through your lifetime of writing experience. If you start with a specific story in the third grade, make sure it starts and doesn't skip all around. You want to keep it in a synchronous order so that it makes sense to your reader and they can understand it. We talked about the attention getting title. Come up with something fun, not just something dull like literacy narrative. It's not a fun title. We want to have fun with this. So come up with something fun. Use your imagination. Okay, so that's everything about the literacy narrative. We covered everything about the readings. Friday, again, we will be online, unfortunately. We will be discussing thesis statements, elements of narration, and descriptive writing. And we will do our first notebook writing. Please read your ballpoint, intervention, drafting, and organizing. And I think that's it, guys. And I will see you online on Friday. Before I let you go, remember that I will be online for you guys. I probably will put a Zoom link on Canvas so that if you need me, you can pop in. I will be on there from 9 to 9:50 and from 12 to 12:50. So if you need me, just click on the Zoom link and you can pop into my Zoom and I will be there to answer any questions or help you with anything if you need anything at all. Otherwise, just shoot me an email and I will see you either in Zoom or on video for Friday's class. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.